Hey family, I just thought of sharing my testimony. Maybe it will encourage somebody who is actually watching this message. My last formal employment was 2013. That was my last job, 2013. So I've been unemployed for a good number of 9 years. I've looked for a job. I'm qualified. I'm a great person, if I may say so for myself, but I have not been able to get a job. And I've been reading, a Bible and reading the story of David and how he overcame. And now David was ordained a king when he was young, I assume in his youth days. And after he was ordained, David, he goes out to look after the sheep. And I could imagine that in his mind, when he was being ordained, he thought, I'm just going to arrive. I'm just going to be that person that I've been ordained to be. But he had to look after the sheep. And we know the story continues. The next job that he gets is he work in the palace as a musician. He becomes a musician. Then people know, oh, David the shepherd, now he's a David the musician. And then he continues, life change, and he become a fugitive. Now I can imagine that at this point he's even discouraged that what God said, would it come to pass? Because, how can I be a king if I'm a fugitive? How can I be a king over the people that actually want to arrest me and want to kill me? And then his life continued until he actually eventually became a king. That was almost 20 years later. And now I'm looking at my life and I'm encouraging myself now, because the first years were very difficult. I didn't have confidence. I looked at the word and prophetic word that I received, and I was discouraged. Why am I not this person that God said I am? And God says, I give you grace for the assignment. And sometimes for you to reach the ultimate vision, ultimate goal, you will move from different stages of your call, of your life, of your career. So to be unemployed was one of the first steps for me to be a person that God wanted me to be. In that time, in 9 years of unemployment, we planted a great church, and then we have a few branches. And then I wrote 10 books. Yeah, in 9 years I wrote 10 books. I released 3 more albums, because at the time we're actually working on season 2. That's the album that has Nhliziyo Yami. And then we had other albums and we had written songs, and now I'm releasing a new single with Kayam Tetra. The journey has been very difficult. So I want to say to somebody, maybe a door has been closed, maybe you've lost a job. Don't be discouraged. Think about David, his story, how he was promised and how he was ordained to be a king, and yet he found himself in a cave, yet he found himself running away. But he had this promise. Most of us, God has given you a prophetic word. We all have a prophetic word. We all have a word of promise. We all have a dream. But maybe your dream doesn't look like it's coming. But I want to tell you, every detour, it's not a denial. Every delay is not a denial. If the doors are closed, it doesn't mean it's the end of the road. I'm encouraged, and I was thinking about my story now. Some people don't even know what to say. Hey bro, hey D, hey pastor, hey apostle, because I'm in a journey. I started as a shepherd, just like David. And then I moved as a musician, just like David. And then probably I'm in a space where I'm a fugitive. I'm hiding. I'm embarrassed that the dream has not come to pass. But God's promise that you will rule and reign, it will surely come to pass. So I want you to be encouraged. You will get there. It might take a while, but you will get there. Look at the positive. And I know that there's a negative, but look at the positive. So this is the story of my life. I'm encouraged, and I hope it's going to encourage somebody who's unemployed there. If you're doing business, keep pushing. You will make it. It's just a matter of time. Okay. Stay blessed.